All right, balance patch 3 June 2024. Prepare site, Sands of Rebirth, Catacomb, Pariah. Okay. Perception, Birth, Flow, Balance, and Beam. Signy, Lucid Dreamer, Rally the Band, Chieftain's Fury, Regression, Ant, Student of Scales, Profane, Ritualist. I wonder what happened. Catacomb, Pariah, everybody's favorite. Low cost death, Crystal Rain, and Face for 3. Text change is text. Deal 2 damage to each enemy character to deal 2 damage to each other creature. So they kill their own creatures now. Don't go face. That's good. That is a step in the right direction. Divine Perception. Mana cost reduced to 1. Okay. Divine Birth. Reduce mana cost from 3 to 2. Leyline Flow, Leyline Balance, and Leyline Beam all reduced to 1. And then Leyline Beam kind of just becomes, or it had become Beam. Deal 4 damage to strongest enemy creature, Dread Touch. Deal 4 damage to a random enemy. Okay, so strongest. And like these are really high value for 1 mana for what it's worth. Like you refresh 2, was that Flow, I think? And then you also, right? You spend 1 to refresh 2, or you ramp 2, refresh 2 for 1, which is kind of crazy. Yeah. So Leyline Balance. This is the Rat Thing, 1 mana board wide Ratify. Also pretty inexpensive. Leyline Beam, 1 mana. Brew Parasite, tribal tag removed. Not a dragon anymore, although still Afterlife monster. Sands Rebirth, increased mana cost from 2 to 3. Okay, Signy Fallen Sisters stats changed, text change from 9/7 to 4/10. All right, new, deadly, that is new. Roar. Your opponent summons the random highest mana cost creature in their hand, then this attacks it, Dread Touched, gain protected first. So if it were strongest, like it might not be the best, right? Probably easier to play around, but highest mana cost, like that means like you're pulling a Randall, you're pulling Avatar of War and killing them. Bellsby, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Hope you had a good stream. Okay. Lucid Dreamer increased strength from 1 to 2. So it's a 1 mana 2/2 now. What is up? Make a 2 shield Maiden Scout and Signy deck. No. Plague, what is up? Hope you're doing well. Ant, tribal tag removed. Good. Didn't need it. Didn't need it. Yeah, didn't need it. Being able to wildfire your randomly just generated ants. I guess not randomly. Regression from 1 mana to 3 mana. Reverted the buff and then gave it a nerf. Chieftain's Fury changed. I can't stand behind Chieftain's Fury. Okay, don't stand behind it. Stand alongside of it. Profane Ritualist. Change text from Dread Touch Transform to Dread Touch Transform. Random from the Acolyte to a 5/5 Cultist and give it Blitz. That is a buff, right? It's a 2 mana 3/2. Reasonably statted. Dread Touch, so you have to kill something reasonable, right? You have to have 2 creatures on the board, or you have to have 3 mana and 1 creature on the board. Or you could have 3 mana and a pip and 2 1-drops in hand, one of them being an Acolyte. Alright, Rally the Band. Text change. From Delve, for each creature of a different tribe you control, draw. So no longer delving, which is so good. Delving is the best way to draw your cards or generate your value, in my opinion, because you get to choose. But this, it's a bit more random. Chieftain's Fury, changed name to Chieftain's Fury. So this is probably the most impactful of all the changes that we've seen today. Like there's a lot of, I don't want to get into it, but it was pretty controversial change, but I'm really glad it went through. And, that's kind of why like we're on there getting paid, to make changes like these and see it all the way through. And it was hard. And like, I feel like, I spent months really just getting that particular thing changed. And like, wow. Student scales, strength increased from 3 to 4. Reads completely different. Completely different, yeah. Huge dollars, yeah. Right. Yeah, so, getting that eye in there, just making, the difference that everybody wanted. Just making the game better. So interesting. Got some pretty good changes. Profane Ritualist, I think, is definitely playable now. Regression, still good. Answer